Good morning, folks. I'm out here working on the pavilion, cleaning it up. And look here. She decided she'd just come over here and wait for me. Heidi, we're not going nowhere right now, baby. Papa's still working. We got to clean this pavilion up. Yeah, she was over here with me. She just got up, walked over here, and got on the mule, I guess. Try to let me know it's time to ride, Papa. Let's go for a ride. Well, I'm going to give you a cruise back over here, sway a little bit. I'm cleaning up my pavilion, okay? That's one of the ladders over here. My blower's all out. We probably will have our Memorial Day dinner out here if the weather's right. And but while I was out here, I got to thinking about something that y'all might be interested in. Now I'll stop long enough to tell you the story, then I'll get back to cleaning. Okay, if you'll notice, and I have to guarantee you Gigi notices every time she comes out here, there's one, there's two, no, buddy, I'm busy. There's three, and there's four wood heaters. Now, there's also a little antique wood cook stove here. We don't count it. It's got permission to be here. Gigi comes out here, guys, and I'm gonna try to use her voice. I don't know why you want to keep, but you got to move, son. You got to move. Why you want to keep 1, 2, 3, 4 old wood heaters? Well, there are a lot of reasons. Number one, first reason, the biggest reason is I like them. I like them. Now, but there's a better reason there. They all have a story, or like this one here. It's cast iron. It's a good heater. It's usable right now. It was in my man cave for years. When we had our little rendezvous on Friday nights, we'd fire that thing up. That little man cave be warm all night. This one here, the first one that Gigi and I bought when we got married. We come out of the Marines in 1968, and I believe we bought this one in 1969 for our first little house. This one here belonged to my dad. Now, I've sat around this little heater many, many times and had a cup of coffee with my dad and listened to his stories. So yeah, it belonged to my dad, and he passed away, and my mom decided not to try to heat with wood any longer. She called me and said, would you like to have Dad's heater? And I said, yes, ma'am, I would like to have it. So I went down and got it, cleaned all the mess up, and I think got all the chimneys straightened up and all that. I've had it ever since. I'll never use it, but it'll be here. This here, I'm gonna show you real quick. It's got its own story, and I'll tell that to you another time. It's a little antique wood cook stove. This one over here has a unique story too. It's a big heater. It's bigger than these others. And I'll tell you it real quick, then I'm gonna tell you about this other stuff. That stove there belonged to a little lady. Her little granddaughter rode my bus. She's special needs, had a little wheelchair. Sweetest little thing you ever met. The grandmother was the sweetest little lady you ever met. But she was in bad health, the grandmother was. And the daughter was a single mom, so they lived with grandma. Grandpa had that heater and used it, and then he had passed away. Grandma was in the hospital on and off constantly. And one day, and her and I talked about heaters so many times, because talk about how cold it was, and I talked about how much I like wood heaters. Oh, we do too, or did. And she told me that one day she said, that she needed me to do her a favor. And I thought, what could I do for her? I mean, she said, I've got this old wood heater and I need it moved out of my house. And she said, there's no way me and my daughter can move it. And, well, yeah, I come move it. What do you want me to do with it? Where do you want me to put it? She said, I want you to take it with you. I don't need it. She said, I don't care if you need it. I want you to take it. I want you to have it because I know you like wood heaters. And she said, we're going to have to move. And the landlord is not going to give me my deposit back with that if we leave that wood heater in there. And I also need you to fix the ceiling while you're at it. So I was glad to do it. I think she liked me so much because, if I got there early on the cold, rainy days, knowing her health, I would get off the bus and go up to the house. Wasn't supposed to, but I'd get the little girl from the house, from the porch, and bring her down to the bus and put her on the bus. Over and beyond, I don't care. If that's what they want to say, I wanted to do it for that little lady. She's such a sweet little lady and had such bad health issues. But anyway, a friend of mine and I went up, we got the heater, moved it out of the house, we fixed the ceiling. She was happy with it. And eventually, not too long after that, they did move. They moved into Cleveland where the doctor wanted her to be closer to the hospital, closer to medical care. And I didn't see her anymore I didn't see her anymore at all. 6, 7, 8 months, something like that later, I'm in Walmart and I ran into her daughter and the little girl. And she says, do you know, Mr. Gene, that my mom passed away? I said, no, I did not know that. She says, yeah. And she was so happy that you took her heater. She was so happy, she was hoping you would use it, but she said, at least you took it. And I said, yes, in a safe place, and I didn't know what to do with it. I said, I didn't know if she might want to sell it later on. She said, oh, no. She wanted you to have it. You meant a lot to her. Well, little lady meant a lot to me, too. And I'm not going to mention her name because I don't have permission. And I wouldn't do it without somebody saying it was okay. I like to mention people's names when I tell a story. But, about these old heaters, and I'm going to finish my story up about them. We have a real nice one in the house. It's got the glass door, it's got the fire brick, and we only use it for emergencies. Only. And we have an agreement. Gigi and I have an agreement. And we'll use it if, in case of a storm, lights go out, because we're all electric. Well, so is all my kids. They're all electric. And about a couple of years ago, all the lights went out, big ice storm, all the power lines were down, and we were notified it might be 2 or 3 days before we got power back. Well, lights went out in the middle of the night. I got up. We was notified about the lights not coming back on. I bundled up, went out, got my wood. I keep a supply of wood, probably last 2 or 3 days in the barn. Come in, built a nice fire. Well, I had no more to get that fire going. And here comes all the kids. All the kids. Here comes all the grandkids. And I'm talking about all of them. And they come piling in the house. They're all saying, oh, it's so cold, Papa, out there. Our house is so cold. Oh, you got a fire going. Oh, thank goodness you got a fire going. Well, they knew I had a fire going. They all jumped on the couches. They jumped in the recliners, and they all curled up, and all of them started going to sleep. Grandkids piled up into my bed where you couldn't even look like sardines in my bed. So here I stood by the heater. Didn't even have a pillow. Nowhere to lay. Well, somebody threw me a pillow. They felt sorry for me. Here, Papa, here's a pillow. So I laid on the floor beside the heater. Yeah, I didn't mind. Being an ex-Marine, I could sleep anywhere. It don't matter, dirt, grass, concrete slab, I don't care. I curled up there and I said, well, at least I can be by the heater. If it starts getting low on fire, firewood or whatever, I can chunk it up a little bit, get it going. And that's the way we stayed for 2 days till the lights come back on. And Gigi always says, back when we used to build a fire lot, she says, oh, it makes such a mess. You get smoke in the house and you get ashes on the floor. You drop little chips of wood coming in and out. I'd rather you not build a fire, unless we just have to. And I agreed to that. Yes, that's fine because, I don't want to have to go out and cut firewood with my old sore knees. And I sure don't have to go buy stuff. It's expensive. So we agreed to that. So that's what that heater's for. It's just for emergencies. But there's more to it. Get this. My grandson, Ben, can come over. And he does a lot on weekends. Spends a weekend with us. And we love to have him. He loves to build a fire in the heater. He loves it. If it's on cold, rainy nights, that's the first thing he's going to say when he gets here. Gee, I built a fire in the heater. You know what? I'm sitting there in my chair. I don't say a word. I just slide out of my chair real quiet, like ease into the kitchen, start my coffee. Because I know the time my coffee's ready, she'll give in to him and he'll have a fire going. She can't say no to her grandkids. She cannot say no. So anyway, the fire be going, my coffee be made, and me and old Ben will sit there in front of the fire and we'll turn the lights down dim and watch it flame set the little door, and we'll sit there and tell stories and talk for hours. And yeah, there's ashes on the floor. Yeah, there's smoke in the air. And yeah, he dropped wood all through the house. Does she say a word? Think about it. She don't say a word. If that was me, oh my goodness. All right, folks. That's the story about my wood heater in the house and Ben, and my stove's out here. So now you know why I have so many of them if you ever see them in a video. And I'm going to show you my ceiling fan, and I don't want no negative comments. Check that out. It works. It's an old box fan suspended from the rafters, blowing right down on top of this table. Oh no, I gotta let you guys go because I got trouble.
Hey, Bob.
I got trouble coming.
Yeah, you're making fun of us.
Yeah, I'm making fun of you. That's what Papas do.
I'm just like,
Trouble, folks. I gotta go. Brindley with her baby. Laura, you got a baby?
No, that's my baby, but it's okay because we're fine.
Laura, come over here. Come here, let me look at your lips. Come here. Y'all look like... Laura, let me see you. Just look. Come on. You look like clowns. You look like two little clowns come over here. All right, folks. I got to go. I got trouble. And I'm the only one here. Catch you guys later. It's the Pawpaw and my girl Hattie out there waiting on the ride.
Bye, guys. Have a great day.
Thank you, baby. That was so sweet. Laura, you want to say something? Fine. Just keep walking.
Laura, wait for me.
Clowns. See you folks later.